When you go and you get that dopamine hit, what I'm gonna need you to do in that particular moment, I'm going to need you. I'm talking to the people here. I'm talking to the people. I'm not going to talk to the hard camera. I'm going to talk to my personal, all right? To get close up right here. I need you to make sure that you stay consistent in what it is that you do. I live my life by the 3 C's. I commit to the commitment of consistency every single day. It doesn't matter if it's you working out. It doesn't matter if you're in a situation in which, you know, you're chasing after something. It doesn't matter if you're trying to please a woman. Whatever the case is, you got to put yourself in a position where you commit to the commitment of consistency. You keep getting that dopamine hit until there's no more dopamine hits to get. And even if there are no more to get, you still try to pursue the attainable one. You got to keep going after it. There is no slowing down. I don't want to do the Rocky quote of there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. But literally, you have to put yourself in a situation where you're constantly working towards something, right? I don't want to go into alpha, grind set sort of situation, but you want to be in a position where you keep going after it. I can promise you, where you are in life is not the peak of where it is that you're going to be, all right? You can always ascend higher, right? So set out a plan. Write it down, whatever the case may be. Everybody talks about manifesting these days, okay? But manifestation means nothing if you don't do the work. Now, granted, even doing the work can be difficult. Sometimes, the plan has to change, but the goal should always remain the same. You understand what I'm saying? So you set a goal. You do not negotiate with yourself about how you attain, or I should say, how you get to that goal. Right? You make sure you keep working towards the goal, and you slowly, incrementally, slowly but surely, you'll mess around and get there. If you want to make $1 million, that's great. But guess what? Even if you never make it to $1 million, you might make it to 500,000. You might make it to 750,000. You might make it to 200,000. It doesn't matter what the particular number may be. It will be substantially higher than where you were before. I want to make $1 million. It could take you 46 years to finally make it to the $1 million. But guess what? You may have consistently been making that 600,000, consistently making that 300,000. So you just got to make sure that you just keep working. All right? You just keep working. I'm not telling you not to enjoy your life. You can have those vices or whatever the case may be, but you constantly have to put yourself in a situation where the goal remains the same. The plan may change. Sometimes you're going to have to call an audible, right? Peyton Manning at the doggone, the line of scrimmage. Okay, LeBron James with the checks on the offensive, philosophy, right? You're doing all this other stuff. You got to change some stuff up, right? Car could break down, right? Your leg might mess around and fall off. Get a prosthetic. Put yourself in a situation where you work towards what the goal is. There is no slowing down. And as Rocky, I should say Apollo once said, there is no tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? You're back. How was the urine?
Dave is short for David Goggins, huh?
Oh, a little bit. Now, who's going to carry the boats and the logs? You know what's crazy? I saw that video for the first time maybe 4 weeks ago.
Which video? Just for context.
Wait. Okay, so David Goggins is in this gym, right? Apparently, they started recording when he was on his final set. Mm-hmm. He had done, I believe it was 95 reps. Don't quote me on it, because I remember I was looking in the comment section, somebody had mentioned.
Yeah, it sounds like my one day. I usually do like 95.
Yeah. It was 95 pounds on like the incline or something like that. And I don't know how much reps he was doing prior. Yeah. But then they're counting, and the dude is like, drills out. He's like 22, 23, and David's just going, right? It's like, you don't know, they don't know me, son. I'm like, who you talking to? You talking to the bar? Like nobody's here. Is there like an omnipresence? There's a ghost, some sort of homunculus, something like that that's in the background, right? So he's just, who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? And it was just in my mind. It just keeps running through my mind. So anytime I go to the gym, anytime I'm doing something randomly, who's gonna carry the boats? It's in the back of my head.
Well, no, so it's funny enough. I think those guys go to a dark place. And he says, everyone says it. Kobe said you have to go to a dark place. And once I kind of framed that in my head, every time I'm struggling with anything, I just have to go to a dark place.
Right.
And I get really angry. I think that anger is a great motivator.
Oh, 100%.
So when I'm working out and I'm tired, my arms are hurting, and I feel like putting weight down, I just start like getting angry. Because that anger will I don't know what it does. It puts a beast inside of you. So no matter what, I could be sitting here in front of my computer, working on my laptop, and I want to quit, I want to lay down. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna fucking make the best fucking Shopify website I've ever seen in my life.
Right, legit. And I do the same thing in 2 different ways, because I don't want to go the ominous route where how I prepare myself for people's deaths. Yeah. I go to an incredibly dark place. But then the same thing applies when I look at the fitness, because I think to myself, like, it's one of the reasons why I learned how to swim, right? I broke the mold. Black man can swim. Oh. So since that was the case, I went out, I thought to myself, I'm like, man, if I'm in a situation where the world, or primarily even states, whatever, I don't know the percentage, but we're like covered by like 60, 70% water, whatever the case is. So water, to a certain degree, this is a bit oxymoronic, but it's omnipresent. Water is everywhere, right? So if I'm in a situation where I'm in a body of water, I cannot physically create a situation where I can escape, I'm fucked. Yeah. So I think of the same thing regarding with physical fitness. If I can't hold up my body weight, let's just say there was a crazy tornado hurricane, heavy winds or whatever, and now I fall off of a balcony, but I'm holding on, right? If I'm in a position where I can't hold up my own body weight, it's over. I want to at least create an opportunity, or I should say create a scenario where I have a chance and I physically can get myself out of situations. So in my mind, whenever I'm working out, whenever I'm training, I think, yo, well, who's going to carry the boats? Well, I think immediately like, okay, I got to do all these push-ups, because if I don't, well, guess what? I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden I'm going, and my arms could be ready to freak. They're trembling. Like I look like I got like Parkinson's all the way up my arm. I got arthritis. It's craziness. But I'll keep going. I'll keep going until I can't physically do it anymore. Like you keep training until failure. And I think people who work out and they work out till failure on their own are in a different particular kind of mind space.
Yeah, I like something you said there, because I think every guy does it, or at least I do it. I'm like, if I don't do these 50, 100 push-ups, if I don't do this 100 push-ups, my mom's gonna die.
Right.
And I think about that, I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, push myself through it, because that's what I think in my head. And I think when you do that, it almost forces you, you have to counter, like no matter what, everything's always breaking down. It's the law of entropy in the universe. Things you don't focus on will break down. If you don't focus on your body, you are battling against the universe, because the universe is breaking your body down every second. Every second you sit here not doing anything, you're slowly getting more and more out of shape. Right, on a really micro level. So every second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've gotten 5 seconds less in shape. So every second you spend not battling the universe, you're getting out of shape. So in order to do that, you have to put force into it. You have to say, I'm fucking stronger than the universe. You're gonna try to break my body down, I'm gonna try to build it up. And you have to apply that amount of force into doing anything.